In the bitter winters of the Eastern Front, frostbite was not a minor inconvenience. It was a daily threat that could end a soldier's campaign or even his life. Men marched through snow that crept past standard-issue boots, toes turning numb within minutes, and yet somehow certain units returned with intact feet, while others suffered crippling frostbite. The difference wasn't luck. Hidden in supply manuals and field reports was a simple but astonishingly effective boot hack. Soldiers who mastered it could endure icy marches, frozen trenches and sub-zero bivouacs without losing toes to the cold. Even today, decades later, this forgotten technique is still valuable for hikers, winter campers, and anyone seeking to prevent frostbite in extreme conditions. The engineers realized that insulation alone wasn't enough. Moisture control was the real secret to saving toes. Modern winter boots often rely on layers of insulation to keep feet warm. The World War II solution, though, went even further. Military engineers and frontline medics discovered that frostbite wasn't caused solely by cold air, it was caused by trapped moisture. Sweat, snow melt or condensation in boots, well, all of that accelerated heat loss. Their solution was both simple and ingenious. Treat the boots and socks in a way that repelled moisture while retaining natural warmth. Soldiers were issued a combination of oil and wax rubs that could be applied to leather boots, creating a barrier that prevented water from soaking through while allowing the leather to breathe. This was not a heavy coating that stiffened the boots. It was a flexible infusion that kept leather supple and functional, even in sub-zero temperatures. To replicate this today, you can melt a small amount of beeswax and mix it with boiled linseed oil. Warm the mixture and rub it thoroughly into the leather, paying particular attention to seams and folds. Let the boots sit in a warm, ventilated area for several hours, allowing the mixture to fully absorb. The result is a water-resistant, flexible boot that manages moisture far better than untreated leather or synthetic coatings. The addition of felt and layered insoles, really amplified protection against frostbite. Soldiers often layered wool or felt insoles to create a pocket of trapped air, which functioned as insulation. The trick was to use multiple thin layers rather than a single thick one, which allowed moisture to migrate outward while still keeping heat close to the foot. Frontline medics noted that soldiers who replaced standard insoles with layered felt rarely suffered frostbite, even during prolonged exposure. The combination of waterproof boots and insulating layers, it created a system that modern winter gear still struggles to match in terms of durability and simplicity. For practical application today, you can, cut felt or wool pads to size and stack them inside the boot, making sure the foot rests snugly but not tightly. Each layer acts like a miniature thermal blanket, and when paired with oil-treated leather, moisture is kept at bay, which, honestly, dramatically reduces the risk of frostbite. Soldiers quickly learned that even the best-treated boots, they were useless if socks weren't managed carefully. Cotton socks were replaced with wool, which, retains warmth even when damp. The key was to layer socks, a thin inner wool layer next to the skin to wick moisture, followed by a thicker outer wool layer for insulation. The inner layer could be lightly treated with a dry wax mixture to enhance water repellency. This simple adjustment kept feet dry, maintained circulation, and, well, significantly reduced frostbite cases. Applying this today is straightforward. Just use a thin merino wool liner under a thick wool sock. If desired, you can rub a tiny amount of beeswax into the liner to enhance water resistance without, compromising flexibility. And it's important to ensure your socks aren't too tight, as circulation is absolutely critical to maintaining warmth. The combination of treatment, layering, and circulation control created a system that, endured extreme conditions. What makes this particular boot hack remarkable is that it worked without electricity, synthetic insoles, or any modern technology. Soldiers could prepare their boots and socks in the field with minimal supplies, yet honestly, the results were astonishing. Accounts from Norway, Russia and the Alps report soldiers marching for days in sub-zero temperatures, wet snow seeping into trenches, yet returning with toes intact, while others, with standard-issue gear, suffered severe frostbite. The genius of the method lies in its simplicity and adaptability, making it just as relevant to modern survivalists as it was to wartime soldiers. For those applying it today, this system is, ideal for winter camping, snow trekking, or off-grid expeditions. Proper boot treatment prevents water penetration, layered felt insoles trap heat while allowing airflow, and carefully managed wool socks wick moisture and maintain circulation. Together, these elements create a tried-and-true frostbite prevention system that honestly outperforms many modern synthetic solutions, especially under extreme conditions. This lost World War II boot trick is, a lesson in historical ingenuity that still protects toes today. History often teaches through failure, but in this case, it teaches through survival. The engineers, medics and soldiers who developed and refined this method truly understood the real enemy of winter boots: moisture and poor thermal management. Their solution was low-tech, durable and field repairable. A rare combination in modern gear, honestly. For anyone who values effective, reliable and historically proven survival techniques, replicating this boot hack is both practical and educational. If you want more rediscovered military hacks, survival techniques and historical fieldcraft that work today, do subscribe to In the Bigging. Share this video with fellow history enthusiasts and, keep these time-tested skills alive for the next generation.